What is going on, everybody?
Good morning.
What is up? What is up?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brick World. Good morning, panel.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm gonna fix my camera real quick.
Okay. Man, it is cold. I had the heater on, but it makes like a noise, so I was afraid it would be too loud. So I went and got my jacket. But God dang, it's cold out, man. And the heat just doesn't work really good. Like the central heat doesn't really work good down here in the Lego room.
No, I feel you.
So
I got my jacket on the backside.
there you go. Oh,
Whoa, jeez, it got worse, bro.
I know.
I was like, nah, wait, I don't know. I think it looks all right. You know?
No, I'm just messing.
Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on.
By the way, everybody, you might notice there's only 3/4 of us here today. Did I say
A
that?
half right now.
I guess we're at 50%.
We are
capacity.
prepared, Hive.
So Brick Babe messaged us. She's having internet, or she said Wi-Fi trouble. So I don't know exactly what that entails, but hey, you're a lot closer.
It kept pulling up my webcam. I was like, why does everything look so far away? I was like,
but I assure you, she's okay. I'm sure
she's not okay. She's been everybody messaged her. She has been booted off of Good Morning Brick World for internet issues.
Said goodbye.
Yeah, just tell her that good morning said goodbye.
It was goodbye, Brick World.
Goodbye, Brick World.
Everybody message Brick Babe and have her just be like, I wish you luck on all your future endeavors.
Good luck getting to Lego Masters. That's where she's headed, guys.
I did get a couple of her segments though, so at least we have that. And she made a video. You know, she kept telling us to make sure that we put in our tips. Right. I was just gonna say it on the show, but
I thought that's what we were doing. I never put anything in it.
Well, you know, she's always, you know, doing a little extra for everything. So she actually made a video for it. So good on her.
Oops, my bad.
What's really weird is like I am more of a mock guy than most of the people in this hosting panel. And I posted it, and nobody sent me a thing. Like everybody that mocks that I know or follows me just liked it and kept going there. They're like, I'm not giving you my tips. I worked hard for these.
So I assure you, she's probably scrambling trying to get her internet working. But you know, as always, the show must go on. So yeah, the show actually today, our topic will be really about you guys. We decided to go ahead and ask for tips for whether it's anything to do with Lego, whether it's building, organizing, you know, sorting, budgeting, you know, any kind of tips that you guys might have out there for anything that might help out with Lego. So we will be showcasing all of the tips that you guys gave us, as well as I'm sure reading some in the chat, and you know, us on the panel. We got some stuff we can, you know, give us for tips as well. So we will be discussing all that in the second hour. Just want to say, first of all, we are on Spotify. I'm trying to get us on Apple currently. I'm just having a hard time opening an Apple account. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm working on it. I promise.
Right, and then you don't have an Apple phone, do you?
No, I have an Apple nothing. So.
Loser. You're the person with the green text that can't nobody stand.
Did you see that video? I saw a video about dude asked these girls about, like, you know, if a guy has a droid, you know, you pass or whatever, and dude, they're all like, he must be broke, and I was like, God dang.
I've seen one similar where a guy went to now don't get me wrong, I'm sure it was all staged. A guy goes to a park and he walks around and asks women for their number, and when they say yeah, he's like, oh, well, just put it in my phone, and he hands them a droid, and multiple of them are like, well, I don't know how to unlock this.
Gosh, I mean, and you know, all things growing up even before cell phones were big, I knew a lot of artists that did digital artwork and stuff. And all the artists that I knew were all about Macs. And I mean, they weren't just about Macs, like they were hardcore Macs. And then of course, when the iPhones came out, and that's a whole group of people, man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've always been Droid. I kind of Yeah. So whatever.
At the end of the day, they all are pretty much the same, and they all do the same thing.
I think they both have their pros and cons. Like Apple security for their phones, man, is like top notch. I mean, you remember like a few years ago, like the government could like break into their phones. Like they had to get like permission or go to court or something like that. But anyways, also if in the link you will find, or in the description, you will find the links to everybody's channels and stuff. Please go support them. Go check out their channels. Do what you can for them. That would be wonderful. If you would like to support the channel, you can become a member or send a super chat or et cetera, et cetera. There's like a few other different ways you can do it. Actually made another new donation clip too. So, and it's a Tron one. It kind of has to do with my mock, so I might tip myself just so I can play it.
Are you trying to like self flex right there? Is that what that was?
It might be a little bit. Well, because it's the scene where I really pulled the mock from. It's just just something I've always loved a lot. So, and also real quick before we get started, I want to say, we all want to say hello to the replay gang.
Yo,
we appreciate you. Thank you. Not just here, but on our other channels as well. I've noticed Bearded Brix's streams have been doing very well lately. So thank you to everybody for going over there and building some momentum.
We need to thank Hive, because like a couple months ago, Hive was like, I got this guy named Drew I want to bring up.
Drew, I will say Drew has definitely contributed a lot, man, over there. I mean, because I'm always lurking around and stuff. But yeah, man, you guys definitely got some good stuff going on, man. The last one was Coconut, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, though, if you were into mocks, you definitely need to be watching, because that's like the main focus. I mean, they talk about all kinds of stuff, but like they focus heavily on mocks.
Or if you have mocks that you would like to be showcased.
Yes, that is another thing as well. So
please, because it'd be cool to talk to you about it.
All right. Let's get into the.
Me and Drew went over this mock that we were both like, it was small, and we were both really amazed by it. And I was like, but it just sucks that was made on studio. And then like some guy messaged me, I don't think it was like Thursday when I told Drew, or Friday. He was like, hey man, I've gotten like 15 tags that y'all went over in my mock. He was like, thanks, I really appreciate all your kind words. And he was like, here's what it looks like now. And it was just like added on to majorly, and it went from just this one building to like a whole street, but the building still like swings open dollhouse style. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And he was like, I do want to mention that he was like, this isn't studio, and we judged it off of studio off of one piece. Off a Hulk arm, because I was like, yeah, they never came in white, but they did with the Quantumania suits.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought maybe the remember the games Overwatch, right? That big dude, the gorilla guy in the space suit. I think his arm might have been white. I can't remember. But yeah, good call, man. And that's a discussion too I would love to have with you guys and maybe some other people as well about stuff on studio and some of the purposes compared to like building in real life.
I'm working on studio as we speak, and it is just.
Well, I remember our conversation the other day, and I've been checking it out too. It's just something, and the problem with me is sometimes it seems overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? But I think it's just take a section at a time, kind of learn, work with it, and and go from there. Because it is amazing. I mean, the Lego universe is at your fingertips with that thing, pretty much.
So I've had people ask me if I would do like a YouTube series teaching people how to use it, because there's a lot of people that don't. And then if you watch my videos that I'm actually using it, I'm just like clicking everything and doing everything really fast. And what I have found out, a lot of people don't know that it even exists. Not only does it exist, but it's free.
Yeah, and that's the great thing too, is it's free. I mean, it's not a program that you got to pay, because most of the stuff I use, whether it's editing or art or something, you got to pay for it. But this is actually free to use, and it's something that for all of us is so relevant,
But I will jump on a Hive conspiracy. I want to get another conspiracy started.
All right, I got to get a clip for that.
If you create something in studio, and next thing you see it on like Lego Ideas, do not get mad.
What? Oh. Wait, because like, what is it, like kind of imprinted on there or something?
Well, you can share your stuff and you can save it, and when you save it, you can upload it. So you can go on Studio if you dive deep enough, and you can actually you can go on there and build a house, and then you can load that house to the system where everybody can go and look at your house and pretty much build it piece for piece, and even have a parts list downloaded on how to do it.
Wow.
So I'm not saying that people are doing it. I'm just saying that there is a possibility out there.
You know what? We're going to have a topic with Studio because I think there's a lot of different things that we can talk about with it. Different pointers, even maybe some cons to it or something like that. But like you were just kind of saying about the ideas stuff, maybe. But yeah, I think that's definitely a topic we should get into. I think it's definitely something worth talking about, especially if you're into mocking, because that just seems like something that is very, very helpful as a tool. So let's go ahead and get into the good mornings, as is tradition. And yeah, we'll get this show on the road. We definitely got a few things to talk about. And I'm excited to go over the tip stuff. You guys, I absolutely adore when you guys interact with the channel, the show, all of us, whether it's a contest or whether it's an interaction like the tip stuff. By the way, speaking of contest, I already messaged them, but just in case they didn't see it, Lucky Jester and One Brick Stud, your prizes are on the way. So, and congratulations again to both of you. So, Pink Wheels, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Morning.
Speaking of mock builder, Pink Wheels definitely got a strong arm in the mock world, that's for sure. Does some amazing stuff. King Oldendorf, good morning, Brick World.
Good morning.
Goblin Zero, good morning. I know, Burr, it is cold. I mean, unless you're pretty much on the West Coast, I think everybody's freezing right now. Ricardo says, good morning, all. Thank baby Jesus the 49ers pulled out that game last night. I don't know about the 49ers, man, but, dude, Baltimore, man, I'll tell you what. They destroyed Texas last night, man.
Have you seen that thing about the whole Super Bowl being rigged?
Oh,
No,
where they've already announced who's going to be in it?
Yeah, they slipped up. They slipped up and had it was like a news segment, and they just were flashing different things that were going on in the world at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
And a thing popped up that was Reba McEntire, Post Malone, and whoever else are playing for the Ravens and the 49ers for Super Bowl 31 or whatever, Super Bowl, whatever it is. Wow. And everybody blew it up and was like, wait a minute, how do you know that them two are the teams that are going to be there?
Because look,
go ahead. I was going to say, and then it's really ironic that both of those teams win yesterday.
All right. So just so everybody knows, I mean, I kind of follow football, sports a little bit here and there. I usually just root for my team stuff. I'll catch up on some things, but I'm not deep into it. How close are we? I know we're close. Was that it? Just now 49ers and Ravens?
No, if you win, right now the 49ers and the Ravens are playing there's 2 games today. Whoever wins those 2 games plays 49ers and the other plays the Ravens. And then if they win, it's Super Bowl. So you're 2 games away from Super Bowl right now.
Well, I'll tell you something. What I mean, it's not like I don't want the Ravens to win or anything, but if the Ravens and 49ers go to the Super Bowl, there's gonna be a lot of tinfoil hats getting put on.
Have they said it on The Simpsons?
Well, we've all look for a lot of us that are old enough, and maybe you don't even need to be old enough, man. Throughout the years, I remember there was a big one with refs in basketball, man.
Refs in soccer alone,
dude, and of course. Just like anything else, man, it's so you got to be so careful, man, because dude, you can pay those. If you pay those refs off, man, you can make a fortune, dude.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Not only that, how much? I mean, what's a ref's salary?
I'm sure maybe 6 figures, but a low 6 figures. They might make $100,000 or something.
If you came up and you were like, "Look, I got $500,000 on the game. I need you to throw it. I'll give you $100,000." Double their salary. They'll probably do that.
And you just don't know, do you? Unless they get caught, man. Or unless they predict the game, weeks before it comes out.
But here's the other side of that with your tinfoil hat. If they got caught, I don't think they would ever publicize it because it would be too late and after the game. And then how do you do that?
No, they will publicize it. They just won't do anything about it.
Yeah, but see, but what I think what Rich is kind of getting at maybe is like once something's tainted, you know what I mean? Like you can't. I mean, maybe you could start afresh, possibly, you know, but you got to regain that faith back. You know what I mean? But like as far as games that were already tainted, like there's nothing you can do for it anymore. You know what I mean? It's that's a really wild thing.
Because you know, if it happened, it would not be like it wouldn't. There's no way in the world it would happen to where they win a game today and find out tonight that it was cheated. It would have been found out like a week from now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a week from now, it's too late.
And then how about I wish, however, Brian would be out in the chat, man. The whole thing with the football with the Patriots, dude.
That's the funny thing is every team's cheating. They're just the ones getting caught.
Yeah.
Well, then I mean, as far as and then we get into athletes, you know what I mean, and then like you know I can't think of steroids and stuff like that, and you know, because that was something that really bugged me about Mark McGwire. Remember when he hit that home run, the whatever how many numbers it was, and then you find out that I'm like, well, then does that even count anymore? Then I mean, but I don't know because I'm not in that game, I'm not in that field. I don't know what it's like, man. You know, I don't know to what degree. Anyway,
I mean, there's been a bunch of people in history, not just sports alone, that have been given an award and then found out that it was cheated to get, and they take the award back. I mean, you talk about Lego, the minifig that just came out with the two, not the prosthetic legs, but the metal legs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that guy? There was a guy who had two fake legs like that and won the race, and they disqualified him.
What?
You didn't know that?
Wait, well, why did they disqualify him?
Because they said he had an unfair advantage.
Because of his legs.
Yeah, because technically. They said that he couldn't get like his legs didn't get tired.
I brought this up where yes, of course it's a tragedy, you know what I mean, like that's not part of the equation here, you know. It's just the fact that yes, if you have prosthetic legs, they're not going to get tired, you're not going to get cramps, you know what I mean, like so you do kind of have an unfair advantage in that sense. I love interesting conversations about stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's just so wild. But Brian, good morning.
So,
what's up?
How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Lonely One Kenobi. Good morning. Good morning. Christine Harper. Sorry. I'm not sorry. It's good to have good conversations. I just obviously we're getting behind on the good morning.
Oh, you're fine.
You got a new member.
Oh my goodness. Wait, I haven't gotten down that far.
Sorry, I just thought it's on a timer.
Who
way to ruin it.
Is that Miss Amby?
Miss Amby.
Miss Amby, thank you so much. I guess we'll go ahead and do Devastator. Hold on. Thank you so much, Miss Amby. Appreciate you. Where are we at here? Christine Harper, good morning. Bricklock, Mr. Lincoln, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Big Nate Brix, good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend?
Morning.
Also,
I know that.
I'm not going to see it for a little bit because I'm so far behind in the chat. But if you are going to be at Chicago this year, put a Y in the chat. I'm just kind of curious.
Why are you going to be in Chicago? The question is why y'all are going to Chicago and not Chantilly. That's the question.
Well, I mentioned this a couple of times. It's just so everybody knows. Like, this is probably going to be my last Chicago for at least for a good while, and I'm just going to be focusing on Virginia. You know, for at least a good while because it's closer, it's easier for me. It's just Chicago is going to be stupid hype this year. It's going to be crazy. I thought it was crazy last year, and it's going to be even crazier this year. But it's an expensive trip, and I can't do both of them and stuff like that. So I'd rather just do the one that's closer to me. And dude, Virginia is hell of fun, dude. It's my second favorite, easy. So, but yeah, I'm just curious who's all going to be there this year. Where we at? King says, "What made the wheel pink? Paint, spray, or dip?" I don't know. Rich, do they generally spray rims, don't they?
Well, it just depends. I mean, you can plasti dip it too.
Yep.
Because I was gonna say I think they dip them too, but I just feel like generally they would spray, but I have no idea. My Bricks and me. Good morning. Good morning, everyone out there in Brick World. Yes. Yes. Nick and Bricks, the Box of Boys get a credit. Yeah. Yeah, I usually give them the Box Boys credit generally. It depends. Depends on what kind of time and how much space we got. Fall Equinox. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Speaking of those Box of Boys, me and Drew have been constantly going back and forth of like, oh man, we went to the store and they didn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every Sunday is when me and Haley go grocery shopping, and I was like, I like to be somewhat prepared. It's nice to know what you're going to get into.
Right.
I went to Walmart's website, and I was like, we normally hit up Walmart for a lot of our stuff, and I was like, do y'all have these clone troopers? And I looked, and they were like, they have 6 battle packs in stock, and I'm like, ooh, do I really want to spend $180 today?
How is that going? Like, are you still in the process of gaining clones, or are you kind of where you want to be at?
Well, I've exceeded what I wanted. I sat down and I need to do another clone video to update, and I'm at I've exceeded what I wanted in 501st. I'm almost perfectly. I'm fine with where I'm at with 332nd. There's a couple different variations that I've got of red ones, and I don't know if they're oh God, what are they, Drew? The red ones, Coruscant. I don't know.
Coruscant guard, shock troopers.
Yeah,
because they're both red.
The orange ones. I think this is what is this? 312? 212. I've got 15 of those now, and then I totally forgot that I have. I think it's 80. Is it 80? It's either 80 or 30 of the old school ones, and then I still have 60 of the Clone Army Customs helmets that need minifigs. So I've got 2 of the new battle packs now, and
so this is what I do. So I get the bodies, just plain old grunt style bodies.
Yeah.
Then you can get whatever Clone Army Custom helmets you want, and then so I have phase 1 and phase 2, but I have double the helmets, which is significantly cheaper, so I can switch back and forth to whatever era I want.
Oh yeah.
So if you're doing a lot of Star Wars mocks, that's an easy way to save a lot of money. There's your first tip today.
There you go. That's a good tip, right? That's a good Star Wars.
I will tell you that I am not the big Clone Wars person that I might sound like I am, and I don't know what exactly these guys do, but the ARC troopers with
it's ARF.
Those.
Yeah.
With
those
the visors.
Really sick helmets though, man.
What are these guys the ARF helmets? What do these guys do?
They're just a specialist. A lot of them ride the ATRTs a lot of the time, or they're just more specialized scout troopers kind of thing. It's
just great, all the colors, man. I love all the colors, dude.
Because these guys, I don't even care about the Clone Phase 2 helmets anymore. These helmets can just go away. I want all these ARF helmets that I can get.
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
Yeah, they're nice, man. No doubt. No more bricks. Good morning, man. Speaking of freaking mocks, dude. So I have 28 more Box of Boys to go. Wow.
My goal of the new one was 20. That puts me having 25. That puts me having 25 of each now.
You know something that I really like about I mean, you and Harold or No More Bricks are the two that just pop up mine because you guys are talking, whatever in the chat and stuff. But I like how you guys do different mocks. You know what I mean? It's not just this. You're doing your castle stuff, but then you're going into Clone Wars stuff. And I know you were talking about the World War II stuff, and
so we got if y'all are interested in World War II, there's a big announcement coming Wednesday. Y'all need to watch.
I know Coconut, he was talking about, he was asked, I can't remember what his result was for his poll, but he was talking about should I do Warhammer, should I do this, should I do that? So that's just really neat, man, because that means for us, the spectators, or even us mock builders, where we pull inspiration from a lot of you guys, just because it's awesome stuff, man, to keep looking at. You know what I mean? Good variety out there. Brick in Amsterdam, what's going on?
Hey.
Good morning. Yeah, it says, yeah, Hive, it's freezing, dude. I'm sick of it. It's supposed to get warmer though. It's supposed to be like the 50s, almost 60 or something like that later in the week. So,
this whole week it's gonna be like high of 65, but like raining all week long.
Yeah, but is it so? Like here in North Carolina, it's supposed to be like good weather. I think it's supposed to be like really good weather up until like Thursday, and then like Thursday night it drops down to like 5 degrees again.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, it blows my mind. I don't know if it's just because of the way the climate's going or whatever, but like sometimes, man, we have like these 40-degree day splits, man, in like one day, like during the day. Like what?
It makes no sense.
The thing that I hate the most is when you get up, because you got to get up pretty early too, and I know Drew does.
Yeah, we all do. Yeah,
get up for work, and you're in like a hoodie, a jacket, pants, and a hat or a toboggan, and then by 10 o'clock you're in like shorts and a t-shirt. And then
something else that a lot of generally residential maintenance techs, man, something that they have to go through a lot. So in the summertime, like you're outside working, sweating your ass off, man, and then you go in people's homes that they're just freezing AC, man. So you're freezing, then you go back outside, you're freezing, you go back outside, like, and then in the wintertime, like I'm all bundled up. But like once I start working in someone's home, man, I gotta start like taking a jacket off, man. So your body is just going through these constant temperature fluctuations. Oh, sorry about that. I needed to put that on silent. So where were we? Let's see here. Lucky Jester, what's going on? Good morning. Your gift is on its way, but I remember you did reply to the message. You saw it. So Bricklock, extreme close. That's how far behind we are on the chat. Steve Weiser, good morning to you. How are you, my friend? Chef T, good morning. Good morning.
What's up, Chef?
King Lawrence, I thought a normal Bearded Brix camera view, but well, yeah, I guess. But this it's better. It's close up and it's clear. It's got
I can see the bats in the cave.
Exactly.
Hey, King Gordon.
Speaking of Batman in the cave, when we get to the news, there's no pictures of it, but we got some.
Yes. So I was gonna say DC coming back, but it's just Batman coming back.
but it's a different Batman that we've never seen.
Is it a what if Batman?
No, it's a icons.
But just so everybody knows, the what if of the DC universe is called Elseworlds or Elseworlds. I guess that's how I would pronounce it. So, King Oldendorf, been a member for 21 months. Oh my goodness, thank you, King. Appreciate you, my friend. Bricklock says, "Nice shirt there, Hive." Thank you. I got this from Brickscene's website.
Where up, friend?
Beans. I absolutely love this shirt, man. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta get it. Southern Brick Guy, good morning. How are you doing, my friend? No More Brick says mock building is unique to the builder. There is no right or wrong. Professor Dumbledore. I mean, wait,
no, there's tons of wrong.
No, there's tons of wrong. You watched me get called out on stuff. Don't ever say there's no wrongs.
I feel like there's better techniques.
Personally, I think you're wrong.
So maybe I guess, okay, let's say there's two ways to build something, but one is better for time, or better for price. So maybe the other way would be the wrong way. You know what I mean? So like if me being only done a few mocks under my belt, I start doing something, I ask Rich, hey man, you know what I mean? Like I did this, whatever. And he'd be like, no, that's the wrong way. Now it doesn't mean I can't do it that way.
I did that yesterday when we were all talking. He was like, yeah, I went to Bricklink and ordered all these pieces. I was like, did you check Lego's website? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, let me take you on.
Dude, there was two huge tips that he gave. I mean, that's what we would call it. Is one, I didn't understand. I would have had no idea about dots on a certain place or whatever, costing a lot of money. And then I would have had no idea that Lego itself can have cheaper pieces.
Cheaper than Bricklink.
Because you're like, because you think Lego, so you're like, no, it's not gonna be cheaper, but they can sell stuff cheaper because, well, they can. I mean, it's
Well, the big difference that I think a lot of people don't realize is that Bricklink, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be the most common brick in the world. A 1x2 in what's a common color? Tan. Bricklink might only have like 4 million of those, but guess what? Lego has 4 billion of those. Not only do they have 4 billion, they can do another 4 billion with the press of a button.
And another little nice perk is if you get enough, then the shipping's free too. So, Click and Cliff, yo, what's going on?
Let's be real with that statement. Who is making a Lego order that is not $35?
Yeah.
That's wait.
Dude,
is it
one
only
time
$35
actually
for free
did get under
shipping?
$35, and then I purposely just bought one more cheap thing just to get over the $35.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's only $35 for free shipping.
Jeez,
But-
dude,
but-
I should be ordering off Lego more than I do Bricklink then.
Well,
I try to tell y'all. Here's your tip, Drew. Look, hit me up for those recipes.
Recipes?
Yeah,
You trying to get a dog
for-
recipe up in here?
recipes for success.
Oh. I'm about to go get my sunglasses. My future's way too bright up here.
Let's see here. Order 66. Will, what's going on? Good morning, my friend. How you doing? Macro Bricks, great stream last night, man. Good conversations, man. You were talking about some good stuff on there. And I got to tell you, the conversation or what you were talking about with your wife getting into Lego, dude, it was part heartwarming, part comedy, and part I was like, whoa. Because he was like, I don't know if I want her to get into building Lego and stuff. Andre, good morning. How are you doing, my friend?
What's up?
Rapture Raccoon, good morning, good morning. Macro Bricks, member for 21 months. What? Thank you, Macro. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Where are we at? Where are we at? I sent you a comment too. I guess others did too. Oh, man, I'm so far behind on the conversation. I have no idea what we're talking about. Steve Weiser, good morning. Lego Longoria, good morning, good morning, good morning. To Humble Bricks, good morning to you. Rusty, how do we say your last name? Is it Trahan? Trahan? I just don't ever, if I ever say anybody's name wrong, try and correct me in the comments. I'm sorry.
I probably said it wrong, and I know him.
but Rusty, good morning to you. I hope you're well. Whiskey 488, Wayne, what's going on? Good morning. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see here. Goblin Zero been a member for 7 months. Wow, 7 months. I know time flies, man, when you're having fun. I just hope that I can at least keep up my standards and entertainment for you guys, so it's worth your donations. So, Camel City Brick House, good morning, Brick World. What's going on? I need to get on your Bricklink store and scour through it. I need. Look at me. I'm using Good Morning Brick World to talk about an order I need. I need to get I don't know, a bunch of these, but longer. So yeah. Anyways, sports ball is always rigged. Yeah, right. What's that?
I want to take a bet with people in the chat. Everyone knows Hive, and Hive is always like, "Oh, that's too much money." And we were talking the other day. I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna realize that mock is you're gonna immediately be like, well, I'm going back to buying Lego sets."
Well, the problem is, and look, and this isn't anything like between me and Rich. This is just a weird general kind of thing. And I'm curious what everybody else thinks as well, because I feel like mocking is more expensive than buying sets. But I think the problem is it depends on how big of skill you're building on mocks, how much you're spending on sets, or even how detailed, right? So I think if you stick to smaller mocks, but you've been buying Avengers Towers, then I think it'd be cheaper to go with mocks. But clearly that's not what I'm doing. I mean, I seem to be getting bigger and bigger. Now, I don't think, I say that lightly because, I never know what I'll do, but I don't think I'm going to go on the scale of Rich or Harold or Coconut. They're on just even Rich Boy J is even on another level beyond them, or Solid Brick Studios. Those guys are even on a bigger level. I might get to those types of levels, but I need to really finesse what I'm doing now. I don't think I'll get any bigger than these 4 big base plates. Yeah.
For your own sanity.
And plus, again, I know you can recycle parts when you're building mocks, but if you start going to a totally, like you guys are going from like a castle, then to the Clone Wars. So yeah, you might be able to recycle some stuff, but clearly you're going to have to invest in whole new probably pieces. And
here's the next tip of the day. That Harold, I know
this is great. We're sprinkling through the whole show. I love it.
Yeah, Harold's going to agree on this. Moto's in the house. Moto will agree on this.
Moto.
If you buy a Lego piece like this right here, and this is just an antenna. This has only one purpose really, to be an antenna. Now it can be used in many different ways, but it's an antenna. If you were to buy 100 of these because you need one for a mock, and I'm going to just, for easy numbers, they're $1 a piece. You got $100 in these. And once you take that mock apart, you still have these that are paid for. They're done. They're yours. So now you have I'm going to call it the responsibility to say, okay, I've got 100 of these. How can I use them in the next mock to make it stand out? How can I use it to benefit the next mock? And if you can't, don't take it as a loss, because you still have the part. If you ever have $100 in these and you say, well, I need to sell these to fund my next mock, just remember the one thing that Lego could immediately say after you sold these: well, we're retiring that piece. And now they go from $1 to $2.
And I think the confusing thing sometimes, that maybe the misconception about sometimes with mocks, not all the times, but sometimes, but like, so for instance, Rich was telling me the other day that and I understand more now because I thought about more about what he was talking about. But so he was telling me the other day about, like, if I would have built the tower, it would have been cheaper, which I agree with.
But that depends on scale.
Well, no, but if I built it the exact same way, it would have been cheaper, because I'm not paying for like the production, the box, all this other stuff that Lego's charging you for. You know what I mean? I'm just paying pretty much for parts. But like he just said, but if I built my own bigger, more scaled, more detailed, that's when clearly it's going to start costing more money. You know, and we're going to probably, when I say probably, we're definitely going to have a few different topics. We'll probably have like part 1, part 2, or whatever, about mocks. You know, because clearly, you know, it's something that revolves around the show, around us. And it's just an interesting topic because it can go in many different directions about like the scale, bills, price, you know, comparisons, stores. Where are we at? Are you guys talking about sports? Danny Phantoms says first ish. I guess that's a heavy ish. Because I mean, this is like the 30th comment I probably read. But good morning to you, my friend. How are you doing, Moto? I'm getting ready to reach out to you, Moto, here pretty soon. My aluminum foil is crackling on my head with static electricity. I know. Look, things always start off generally as conspiracy theories until, you know, I guess facts come in. The 49ers and the Ravens are both the number 1 seeds from their conference. I mean, maybe it was an educated guess, but it's a bold statement to say, like, for sure.
But a news statement is not supposed to be a guess.
Yeah, you're supposed to report the news, not predict. That's I don't know how to say that right.
Factual. Supposed to be.
Oh, Miss Amby, good morning. Thank you again for becoming a member. Appreciate you so much. Let's see here. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff to read, Wayne. I'm sorry. Okay, all right, here we go. Why? Yep. Okay. Why? Why? Whiskey tip right? Why? I'll be in Chicago at some point. Good enough. Last Chicago, TJ will sad without you. TJ will go on. I assure you, he'll be okay. I have 28. Oh, no, now I finally caught up to that comment. Let's see here. Warhammer. I know, dude. I've been getting into some Warhammer, man. I've been listening to a lot of stories, like podcast type stuff. Just try, because it's insanely big. I mean, it's so big. EMS Brix, also known as Renee. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Pink Wheel says, my only advice is try to build something different. Seeing somebody build Endor for the 2000th time is just getting to be exciting or pushing limits as a buck. No, I feel you on that one. And look, and Pink Wheels, you know, has some similar humor to me or to Rich, where, you know, there's a lot of sarcasm, cynicism, and stuff like that. But I agree totally, but at the same time, if you like rebuilding indoor over and over and putting those trees in some different spots, man, you know what? More power to you. You know what I mean?
Ta-da, new mock.
Will says a 35 to order is child's play, right? Dude, oh my gosh. ERG mean not to be just not going to be excited. Right. I get what you're saying. Buying 18 of those brick separators for $1.99. Dude, a lot of people sell those brick separators, don't they?
Yeah, Bricklink stores have them. Gene and Tori at Camel City have they had a bunch. I think someone actually bought them all.
Dude, I have hundreds of them, dude. Just everywhere, man. Anytime I need one, I just go look in a box or something and just pull out a couple.
I've got a case of them that I keep right here. Every time
dude, I imagine a lot of us just have, because you never throw them away. You get them all the time. Brick Hive were those 1x6 white tiles. Those were, but I need a variety, but I definitely need some like long ones just to cut. Because my whole thing, and this is why like something Rich and I were talking about too, is like I bought those plaque tiles that you put like the UCS stickers on and stuff, instead of getting like shinier tiles. But the problem was I wanted as little lines as possible, and something you can't help. But anyways, poor Macro now she will want half. Bricklock been a member for 19 months. Oh my gosh, thank you, my friend. And yeah, Macro. Because I have a feeling if Mrs. Hive got into Lego, got into it like we are, man, she'd just be coming down here just stealing everything I got. Came for the Hive stream, stayed for Brick World. Define these. It's funny. Yeah, 1x8s maybe. I'm not sure. I'd have to reach out to you and talk about it. I've stopped buying a lot of sets over the last 10 months. A lot of us have. And I have definitely slowed down. It's going to be kind of a slow transition because there's still stuff I want to get throughout the year. I know, like the Lord of the Rings tower. I definitely want that Snow White cottage. Not heavy on the Star Wars stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
I don't know. I was talking to another Lego individual that we all know, and if they drop that sail barge, I think that might be like the first set in a very long time that I just pay full price for. I
do want the sail barge. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna really want it. I mean, and dude, it just that scene. I love that scene. I love everything about that. Because in Return of the Jedi, that was my favorite part. Was the whole Jabba stuff, man.
Well, I don't have a Jabba, so that would. I've been
thinking about selling mine, honestly.
That would be my perfect entry into getting one because I don't care to have like the OG versus new. That don't.
Well, you don't even have a Jabba, Rich.
Well, listen, if a Jabba comes with a sail barge, and if you don't really want the sail barge, I'll sell you my Jabba. For a good, decent price.
Yeah, I want the sail barge.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. That'll be the first set in a very long time that I pay full price for.
Speaking of that Jabba figure, though, man, something I never realized until I actually bought the figure. I don't know how it escaped me, but I didn't realize he had a tattoo on his arm, man, until I actually had the figure.
What?
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
No, Pizza the Hut.
Actually, mine in the city right now. He's holding the pizza, dude. That was something I saw Jang do in his city. He had a Pizza Hut little thing, and it was Jabba was the server. Anyways, where we at? JM Productions, what's going on? Good morning. Where are we at? Most of my bricks came from the days of $20 pab cases. Wow. Brick separators make good roofs. Brick separators actually make a lot of good, interesting techniques over stuff. We sold over 200 separators 2 weeks ago. Gosh, dang, man. Moto says, time to go. Carry on, my wayward son. Thank you, Moto. And maybe there be peace.
Sorry.
May there be peace with you. See, you made me sing it, and I can't sing. I want a Brick Love Edition custom Jabba. Ooh. That would be sweet.
Brick built Jabba.
That would be sweet.
Busa.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So, well, that was a long good morning session, too. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do the celebrations and stuff. We'll get that out of the way. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll do the news first. So let's go ahead and
Breaking news.
Whoa.
Oh.
There is so much going on that I didn't even try to make a slideshow. I am just going to go to the website because we were all talking, and like when we had our meeting, it was really easy because there wasn't nothing leaked. And then of course, like our meeting ends, and everything in the world is like, let's release.
Well, and you know, the running joke has always been, you know, Good Morning Brick World always gets the butt end of news. You know what I mean? It's very rare. As a matter of fact, what was a couple weeks ago when Rich brought us some like breaking news, man? It was so wonderful. It was like the first time ever in Good Morning Brick World history. I think for some reason, you know, guys, I hate buildable organic stuff like this, man, but I have a feeling Simba's going to look good.
I don't know. I think he's going to blow the Stitch thing out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think Stitch looks ugly as a brick buildable thing. I mean, so
yeah.
The minifig looks freaking gorgeous, but
well, it says that there's also a Simba the Lion King Cub set, which is 222 pieces for $20, and it has a more cartoony play set. It's movable tail and mouth. So that makes me think that it's going to be built almost like the dinosaurs, to where it's the body is plastic, the tail's like rubber, but the mouth's a separate piece that moves.
Right.
Which that'll be pretty cool.
Bye, Pink Wheels. Thank you for hanging out with us. Have a good day.
Later.
Good luck on the CMFs. Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I have a feeling it'll look good. Code names.
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to be. There's a Winter Village, of course. There's 2 vehicles. There's a music thing. But there, the thing that blew me out with this was there's 2 more botanical sets.
Huh.
I don't know how many more flowers they're going to do. Because I don't know how many more flowers exist.
True that.
You know, a resident where I was working at the other day, you know, I don't remember how, but got on this big Lego, and I was like, yeah, you know, I collect Lego, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I love their flower stuff. I was like, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, we went to Haley's, one of Haley's, well, our friend's house last night, and they have a son that loves Lego. So he wanted me to come up to his room and like look at everything. And like I go downstairs and I realized that like the flowers that I've been looking at aren't real flowers, they're Lego.
By the way, happy birthday to Christine Harper. Her birthday was on the 18th. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
I will try to remember. You know, throw me a message, Will, and I'll send it to Brick Babe, so we'll get it on the next celebrations. But anyways, yeah. So we don't really know what any of this stuff is necessarily going to be.
No, I wish. I mean, like we all knew they were going to come out with a Winter Village. The vehicles are more than likely going to be like we're going to get probably a brick built and then another Technic vehicle, I assume. Especially with those 2 pieces.
Now, when I say vehicles, we're talking about they used to be the Creator Expert ones, the ones I like, right? That are
because they're icons.
Yes.
They're not Technic, so I don't know.
Icon living.
I wish they'd make a Knight Rider, man. I wish they'd make a kit.
What if that's the Knight Rider right there? What if that one's the Knight Rider?
I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy.
We got some other stuff like.
Dude, what is this? Oh, Ninja Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I don't really know much about. I don't know what the Dragonstone Temple is, but
we're getting a big dragon.
You don't know what the Dragonstone.
That little baby dragon's gonna be a big dragon.
Drew, you tell us. Drew, tell us what it is. Go
I have no idea.
School is
color. We'll give you a piece count. What's the color going to be, Drew?
Black.
Well, it's Dragonstone, so I'm going to bet it's not black. I'm going to bet it's dark red.
Black.
Let's. I'm going to Google this.
You know what's going to be funny is if it's black, it comes as a black set. I'm going to just laugh at you.
Really?
Drew's like, I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm just gonna laugh. You're an idiot.
Well, the Dragonstone Shrine, which is already a set, is not black. So
wrong. It's black.
Okay.
I just noticed Hunter's comment about the brick separator is the only Lego my dog chews on.
It's a temple, so it's going to be red. It's built like the other Ninjago temple might be similar. I don't know.
Black.
We're getting another off-road buggy. Wow. Ninjago just keeps pumping them out.
Yeah.
We've seen the picture of this leaked.
I almost want to do a topic like, will Ninja Go die? Ever die? Will it die?
I don't think it will. They just keep going further and further.
They won't let it die.
This whole list right here is pretty huge.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that I wanted to like point out on it. For one, we are getting another mini castle.
Mini dolls.
Oh, the Sleeping Beauty one, I think, right?
Yeah. But in this, we're getting Maleficent's dragon form, which is 583 pieces.
I might buy that.
We're getting a brick-built dragon. If we do, my wife will be right back into Lego.
Because, yeah, dude, I love that dragon.
But that right there is going to be pretty cool. I really like the fact that they're doing this. Hey, look, there's Sean right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
my body is ready. Sean, I love Sean, dude.
This will be another one that I go out and get.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to just say, like, if you're a Disney fan, and especially if you love the castle and the buildings and all that and the landmarks, dude, like, what a good time. Like, they're just knocking these minis.
But here's what I'm really proud of is they're dropping these at like a $40 to $50 price range, if not a little less or a little more, and not coming out with $400 castles on all of it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's nice that you can buy a smaller version of it, you know, because I would like to have the big castle and stuff, but actually I'd like to have a mini castle too, but I can't buy everything. But apparently Sean's body is ready, so good on that.
We're getting some superhero brickheads.
Yeah,
and this right here is really throws me off. It's a Batman 8-in-1 figure.
If it was like a 3-in-1, I could see something because you could maybe change it from like the 89 to maybe the Twilight guy, Edward.
The first comment says Batman figure with 8 swappable chins.
It's hard to say. I mean, because you can't go too much of a variant because then you got to have a lot of pieces, man. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking it might be a mech that you swap things out.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Failed. We're getting a Lego's Gabby house. I don't have any idea what these are, but both of these are, all three of these sets are 4+. So I don't think that matters to anyone in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got the piece count now for the Star Wars leaks.
So I wanted to say something real quick about this Dark Millennium Falcon, because I know we all thought, well, no, I don't say we all, but I know at least definitely I thought maybe it might have been an April Fool's thing or just some joke
I still think
bad rumor. No, because they're coming out with a what if type show for Star Wars, and clearly they're gonna have like, what if somebody went to the dark side or something? And yeah, I mean, so I imagine that's where it's coming from.
They have a potential creature build on here, which is another weird one too, because I'm wondering if they're gonna come out with another creature, because for it to be a $100 set, you know, we've got the Porg, we've got, it's not a creature, but we've got Dio, we've got R2, we've got Yoda, we've got Grogu. So what else could they really give us?
They're gonna give us those little mechanic dudes that
that's what I thought
were in the sequels and in Mando.
That's what I might have. Like, I think that would be a really good case because they had a lot of funny scenes in Mando.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw Nick and Brick's comment about we're getting a Dark Jar Jar, just you wait. So I think I'm probably gonna spoil this what if episode, but I really think what it's gonna be is like what if Rey did go to the dark side?
Well, it has to, because it's Dark Side Rey.
Yeah, and I think in that episode, I think somehow there'll be Anakin as a maybe Darth Vader as a ghost, white ghost kind of thing or something. She probably used C-3PO as her protocol droid. Clearly, he would have a Sith thing. So that's what I think. I think, you know, she'd probably take the Falcon and darken it up. That's where I would be going with that.
So,
Rancor.
So lucky Jester guessed a Rancor. King Oldendorf said a Burn Porg. Lincoln said a Wicket.
A Wicket.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they came out with a buildable, I don't even care if it's Wicket. If they just gave us any one of those creatures, because I think Wicket's the only like big name one, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, I mean the big name one.
Give us
because there was a couple other ones that if you know enough lore, you definitely would know what their names are. But by the way, good morning, Titanium J. Thank you for being here, my friend.
What's up?
I thought maybe somebody else jumped in, and I didn't want to miss them.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, Axel. Good morning, Axel.
I think that Nick and Bricks is onto something. I think that we will see if they come out with a what if. It might not be season 1, but we will get the fan, I guess, the fandom of Darth Jar Jar.
There's a lot of rumors and speculations around all that, man, and a few people have told me it's just straight off just nonsense. But some of this stuff really, dude, we're be putting on the tinfoil out a lot this episode, man. But a lot of this stuff does seem like it. So here we go.
This right here, I don't care about any of these sets except for that one, Batman the Animated Series Gotham City.
And is that going to be? That's good, but that's going to be the painting type thing, right? The art.
I think it's going to be the skyline.
Yeah,
but
I would like to see them try and do maybe the minifigs or a scene or set or something like that in that animated style. I don't know what it would look like. I mean, I know we could see him in the picture here, but it's because clearly that animation style was iconic. Yes.
But the my hope for this is if it is not an art piece whatsoever, because that's really high for an art piece. Like that's
I heard it was. I know it is high. I mean, I heard it was going to be pretty big. Not that justifies the price, but
this gives us a chance to get Mark Hamill's Joker.
That would be a hot fig, because not just the Joker, not just the animated Joker like that, but because of Mark Hamill as well.
Yeah.
By the way, Titanium J, the White Darth Vader comes from the Star Wars Infinities comics. Yeah. The Infinities comics, just in case anybody doesn't know, was the what if in the Star Wars comics. Good stuff, man. There was all kinds of great stories that came out of that. The only reason I don't know, Jay, this is a good question type thing, because in that Falcon set, would they be pulling all those figures from the same story? That's what I figured, with the Darth Ray stuff. Or would they take some of the other story elements in the figs and just put it all in there, because I don't know how the White Darth Vader would work in a Darth Ray story. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't, but I don't know how well it would work, but it definitely would work in its own story. Like it, you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, interesting with the Batman stuff.
We're getting another superhero set that's 18 plus. Don't really know anything else about it.
But is that Marvel or is that DC?
It just says superheroes, so I'm assuming that's Marvel.
Well, because we got this X Mansion coming up, right?
Well, the X Mansion's on here on another thing, though. So
oh, you're right. Yeah, it was on another thing. That's right. And it was more pieces, too.
We got
a Duplo
2.0.
Rick Mabus there. TV cursing us out.
Sonic is coming out with even more sets, so that means that Sonic is doing good, I guess.
Someone's buying Sonic.
And it says 18 plus set as well. That's odd, right?
Well, it's only 720 pieces, though, so I'm going to guess this is a Eggman style build like Bowser.
Could be.
We're getting Lego Dreams Summer, so Dreams apparently is still kicking.
Mm-hmm.
This Brickhead set right here will be the first Brickhead that I buy in a very long time.
You're a big fan.
Carl, Russell, and Kevin.
Did you get those figs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
great figs. Yeah, great figs.
Aren't they doing a what's that called? Gimli and Legolas Brickheads?
Probably.
I might have just had a dream about that. Never mind. There's a good chance I had a dream about that.
I'm trying to think of what's on now. I know that like the other big Brickheads we're getting is the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be Amidala.
That'd be cool.
It's going to be Maul.
Yep.
And it'll probably be Boy Anakin.
Little Annie.
Speaking of Phantom Menace, just going through a bunch of pieces of.
You didn't dream it. It's right here, Drew.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh,
you didn't
okay.
dream it. It's right there.
That's actually not. That's not even from the movie. That picture is actually Drew sitting on a horse with me behind him.
Pretty much.
When we do cosplay.
How'd they find? You said no one would be able to find that picture, dude. No one said. You promised.
You look good as an elf, Drew.
Thanks. I do look pretty hot. Anytime to be Orlando Bloom.
I know, right? Good stuff. With this is good Star Wars stuff. It just
We got the names of everything on here. Luke Skywalker, X-Wing Mech, Paz Vizsla, and Moff Gideon battle, which will be pretty dope. The ambush on Mandalore battle pack, which will be pretty dope because that means we're probably going to get those Gideon. I don't even know what you call them. What are they, Saxon troopers?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what they're called either, but I'm looking forward to. They were really neat looking outfits, man.
And we're getting that $650 minifig in a $13 set. Y'all are welcome.
That was hilarious.
This comment. I really want the Rex to have a waistcape for the sole purpose of triggering Riminar.
What if it like dropped no helmet holes, cape? What's the armor piece?
Dude, Ryan would be like, "What the?" Anyways,
Super Mario is still existing.
Yeah, I can't believe they made more Mario stuff, man.
But here's the thing. I wonder if this is going to be minifig.
Dude, are they going to finally do it? I know a lot of people want that, man.
Well, I mean, the other thing that throws me off about this is there's a set in here that's an 18 plus. So I'm not sure what that could be. But if you take the 18 plus out, there's still 2 sets in here that are around $150.
Right.
So I wonder what those, because those are kind of pretty big for, I guess, what they are.
Dude, beats me, man. I just don't know with this Mario stuff.
I really like Mario though. Like I've even thought about maybe doing a Mario mock. But if they don't come out with minifigs, I'm just not gonna do it.
I mean, you at least would have like pieces of stuff to do, like Bowser's Castle type thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I have all of the first 2 waves of Mario. I have every single set that they dropped.
Right on.
I mean, I have just about the whole entire series of figs.
Yeah, they keep pumping this stuff out, man. It's like, hooray.
We got the ideas, but nobody knows what they're going to be.
Yeah.
There's some more icons.
No one has an idea.
No one has an idea. But we're getting the freaking Mona Lisa. That's going to be garbage.
Straight trash.
I ain't gonna
0
lie,
dogs.
dude. I mean,
0 dogs.
I mean, look, if you really love the Mona Lisa and you're like, oh my gosh, I'd love to have a Lego. Instead of actually having a print of the real version, I think I would rather have a print of the Lego version. Hooray. Now, the Milky Way Galaxy sounds interesting if only because of the color scheme.
Is that an art piece, though? Because if that's an art piece, that's actually going to be extremely cool.
Yeah, and I would assume big. Well, 3,091 pieces. I mean, but then again, well, off top of anybody's head, does anybody know how much is your average mosaic? Like
it was like 130.
No, I mean the piece count.
Oh,
because I know they're all different, but I mean, I just like 1,000.
No, it's more than that by a lot.
But that's the thing is, would they make this a mosaic, or would it be something a little more 3-dimensional? You know,
the Darth Vader, the Sith one.
Mm-hmm.
That one alone is 3,406 pieces, so I could see that.
Oh wow, okay.
And you know those come with a lot of extra pieces to build multiples.
Right.
So with this being 300 pieces less, I could see this being a one built galaxy. I don't know, like the thing that I don't know if they're gonna do it, but it would be really cool to see a lot of these colors with like that glitter pattern on them.
Mm. Well, and plus, again, these are bricks, not
macro setup.
What,
dude? What if they did it with glow in the dark?
Oh, but you know those 1x1 stud piece, not stud pieces, but brick pieces that are purple with the sparkles.
Yeah,
like if they had tiles of that,
yeah,
that would work out really good. But yeah, the glow in the dark pieces, man, that would be really wicked.
Harry Potter direct to consumer, another 2,400 piece set. I don't know. Of course, we're getting the gift with purchase from Lego. There was one other thing on here. Monkey Kid.
Yeah, more Monkey Kid.
This.
Right. Oh, yes.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, depending on how well this looks, this will probably be a day one thing for me, just because it's something I definitely want to put in the forest. I'm sure it's gonna look probably really awesome. The only thing that worries me, and I know some people don't care, but I hate when stuff is so open in the back. But if it is,
I think
then
it would have to be to tell a story. Like, you're not just going to spend, because this is 2,500 pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably a $300 set. I don't see you buying a $300 tree that's just a tree.
Well, no, I'm saying it could open. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just meant like dollhouse style.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it was dollhouse style, I would just have it positioned in the forest where you just couldn't really see the back of it, But again, just depending on how well it looks. But if it's going to be that big, I mean, or that many pieces and stuff, I imagine it probably should have some pretty decent detail on it.
I wonder though if it's not really that many pieces, it's a lot of leaves. Just thought about that.
Well, that's something I mean, I don't want to say everybody, I definitely get confused about sometimes when there's a lot of piece counts, you know what I mean? But it's like 1 by 1 studs and stuff like that. By the way, good morning to Cajun A-Fall.
Hey.
Just jumped on to say hello. Also, I watched the replay of the Hive stream and you totally hit the nail on the head with this. Thanks, man. Sometimes.
Do you think this is gonna have minifigs? And if so, besides Link, who do you think it'll be?
Well, I would love to see Link, and I would love to see like a fairy mold.
Well, they would have to, if they do a minifig, they're gonna have to give us Link. They're gonna have to.
I'm not as familiar with this Zelda game as far as some of the other ones go. So I don't know if there's any other relevant characters besides Link that would go with this scene. But I would be, I mean, unless it's really relevant, I would be just fine with Link as long as we had Link and a fairy. Or maybe his horse. I know he had a horse in the game too. I don't know if it would be different, looking than any other horse we got. But
I doubt they're going to do a horse mold for it.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe a horse with a different print. Maybe
I can see them definitely doing a fairy mold.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. I would love it. I would like to have a few of them. Because imagine, if you got a forest, have a bunch of fairies in your forest, man. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but if they're only coming out in this one set, that's
that's gonna be expensive, fairy.
The other thing I wanted to show was
all kinds of stuff coming out, man. Jeez Louise.
That I'm actually really excited for this one set.
I'm trying to think like how many pieces the last Great Hall had.
I don't know, but
it wasn't that many, but
no. Now, granted, when you go back to our little piece theory, there's going to be a lot of 1x1s, especially if they do the stained glass. But if the stained glass is a printed piece and it's printed on one of the like glass panels, Lego owes me money for copywriting.
So Falcon brings up an interesting comment at the top there. New starting point for Harry Potter. So I guess now if you're new,
you're going even bigger. I'm gonna be honest. I bought the first like 2 initial waves to where you could build the castle and put it all together with like that play scale.
That first one. Well, not the very first.
All.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had them all sitting out, and I was like, man, I just don't like the way that it looks with it being so open. I'm gonna sell them, and I sold them all, and I should have never done that.
Yeah, I didn't like the way they're open either, but I just put them all on a shelf and kind of positioned them the best I could to where it looks. But then, like as soon as you get that all kind of set up, then the next wave came out, and I was like, oh well,
now you got to take it apart and reconfigure it.
Yeah, but that was like, well, these ones are even better, But
I'm a Harry Potter fan, and like things like this drum string ship, the carriage is going to be really cool. Just because I'm glad we're seeing sets from because these 2 things the carriage was shown in more than one scene, but it was mainly the scene of the games.
Which game?
The Wizarding. I just blew my mind.
Oh, the Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah, the Triwizard Tournament.
I definitely, it's a big theme. A lot of people are definitely fans, myself included. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do celebrations and stuff. We'll jump into Drew's segment and
the quick other thing that I wanted to go over was the crazy thing that's going on this year is Mario, Sonic, Zelda, and Minecraft are all getting an 18+ set.
Really? Yeah, and I don't understand unless it's something in the veins of like, the piranha plant, something like that. You know what I mean?
The Cube. The Cube was
Or the
18
Cube.
plus. The Nintendo was 18 plus. Well, the Nintendo is not considered Mario though; it's considered Icon.
Yeah. So I don't know what they'll do exactly for it, but I'm sure it'll be something similar to that
Unless
nature.
that's our minifig scale Bowser's Castle.
That would be pretty wicked, man.
I'm down.
I ain't gonna lie.
Let's do it.
That would definitely be really cool.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now.
Do it.
All right. Well, in honor of Brick Babe here, let's do some celebrations. Drewbrickz says, is that Professor Quirrell in the purple turban? I believe that was actually.
It was. And I will tell you that to diss both of us, Hive, our happy birthday segments to Sean sucked compared to some of those.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, and I was gonna do mine at home and maybe edit some stuff, kind of like I did for like their 200 or whatever I can't remember, their 100th episode, I think it was. But I was like, man, I might forget, blah blah blah. So I just did it in my work truck, you know what I mean?
That's what I was sitting there and I was
lunch.
like, Brent messaged me about it and I was like, well, I could do one, but I'm at work. I was like, can it wait till I get home? I was like, I'll be home at like 6. And he's like, yeah, but I kind of need it by 7. I was like, all right. And then I came down here and filmed like 3 of them and they were like 30 seconds long. And I was like, well, he said to like cut it short. So I was just like, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, and then I see like, full of bricks is, theirs. And I'm like, God dang, man, it's like this huge thing. I was
That's like a Taylor
really
Swift
good
concert watching all those ding.
No, it was really awesome, man. Everybody did a great job. But yeah, I know ours was just kind of paled in comparison. But, it's a thought that counts. So me and Rich, we put a lot of love.
Now we know what we're up
shorter
against.
segments.
Yeah, we know what we're up against. It's
Right.
about quality, not quantity.
So I can only assume because of our internet, I got the hashtag minifig mug Monday segment, but I did not get the Lego Flicks Friday. So we'll probably have to do catch up on the next week. So here is the minifig bugs. I do like how she centered that mug.
I didn't catch what was it?
Well, I don't want to say it.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Here's some great mugs, man. I gotta tell you though, I really appreciate all these different mugs.
Yeah.
So creative, man. And I barely ever see a repeat either. I'm like, God, you guys got a lot of coffee mugs, dude.
Right.
Because I only got like 4 or 5. Anyways, I always appreciate you guys. Dude, that tile back there from the Rebels, I got that from Brick Love. That was like a gift with purchase, and dude, I absolutely love it. It's such a great printed tile. All right, well, before we get into our subject, our topic of the day, we're gonna go ahead and do Drewbrickz vintage showcase. So we're gonna try out this little intro thing that I made for it. So see if everybody likes.
All you need is a few more hot dogs.
Oh man, well we gotta gotta get oh, well, that's funny because in the stop motion that I'm doing right now, the one before I do because I was asking you guys if you guys could do the there's 2 clones, but that's like the next one I'm working on. But the one I'm working on now, you're actually in the background out of hot dog. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Why would you have the hot dogs in the background, Hive?
Because it's not part of the story. It's just something going on in the background. That's something a lot of people don't realize. Like when you're making stop motions, man, like all this stuff in the background you have to animate too, and it's time consuming. Anyways, but yeah, I gotta get a clearer picture of your sig fig. Anyways, let's see what you got going on here. Looks like something about Vikings.
Yes, Vikings. Lego Vikings was one of the most biggest staple points for me as a kid. With some of these amazing sets, fighting dragons, creating your own base, with these awesome sail ships, and even little $5 sets like Fighting the Wolf was so much fun. I think growing up, these were definitely some of my favorite sets, especially the Longboat, set number 718, Midgar Serpent. This set was so cool as a kid. I mean, just look how great these Prince of Shields were. We had great figures, and even in the middle, they had a little rotisserie chicken kind of cooking thing. We get this great flick-firing missile defense against the Serpent. With this build, we get this awesome longboat where these pieces were mainly all just one piece, especially the ends. This is the Serpent. This is where like sand green was definitely like my first ever time, which is pretty cool. We get the main mast, which looks great, the rotisserie chicken, the cage, the place on top where our Viking lord or king can stand up on, where we can see here a little bit better. This is a better shot where we can keep prisoners in and definitely hoist them over the Serpent. Hope you guys have enjoyed this segment.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man. I mean, I've seen Viking stuff, but I haven't really paid too much close to it.
I hate those brick-built animals, though. The dragons.
I really hate brick-built animals, but like that one, the boats were awesome, man. With those masts, or not masts, was that what they are? The mast, the header parts.
Mast is the part in the middle that holds the sails.
But the front part of it, like how it's got the
hole.
Yeah, and definitely that fortress thing. With the wooden, it almost looks like something from like Jamestown, you know what I mean, where they had like the wooden walls and all that. Dude, awesome stuff. Great segment, man. Look, I gotta tell you guys, man, I like Drew's vintage stuff, man. I mean, and if you changed it, it's fine, but like I like it because it shows a lot of stuff I've either never seen before or barely have seen. I don't like all of them because a lot of the vintage stuff I think is just kind of ugly, but like stuff like that, man, that was really awesome.
Thanks.
Macro says, can you stop motion someone throwing a hot dog down a hallway? Dude, you don't even need to stop motion that. You just build a hallway, man. Just film yourself. Just film the hot dog.
Chuck a hot dog, man. Just chuck one. It's all
like
right.
I was almost
all right. Just
because of this meme lately. I was even thinking about like getting a face and just throwing a bunch of hot dogs. Wait, what do you got there, man?
Would you like a hot dog?
Would you like a dog? Would you
like say, would Drew like a hot dog?
Would you like a piece of my pie?
We got Drew.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
Would you like a piece of my pie?
So yes, good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, man, I know they brought some Viking stuff back. I don't know if they're gonna keep going with it heavy.
Well, that was a 3-in-1 though, so I don't think we're really gonna get Vikings back.
Well, I was thinking about
the last one was a 3-in-1, yeah.
No, but what was talking about just the set that just came out? Wasn't that?
The Viking Village, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, you guys will kind of have to probably keep an eye on the comments because when I share stuff, I can't see the comments. So let me go ahead and share the screen, and we will
do it now.
Share it.
We will get some of these tips.
Tunnel vision.
Oh wait, I can. Wait, you guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, because I was like, I can still see the comments if I do it. Should I do it like this, or should I go full screen?
Do full screen because everybody can see the comments and everything.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So this is from Dreams Builders Lugs. Says, never be afraid to build what represents you. Join a lug. I feel like the never be afraid to build something that represents you. I mean, it's kind of an odd tip. It just seems like something you should just do if you want. But joining a lug is a good tip. It's something actually Rich was just telling me the other day about joining a lug. Now, there are different reasons to join a lug, and I want to have a topic. I don't know if I have it on here or Hive stream, but I definitely want to have a topic about lugs and have some lug members come on and discuss different aspects of it. But I think the most overall thing about joining a lug is to connect on a different level with other builders, sharing ideas, designs, collaborations, stuff like that. Yes, there is the other perks of being in a lug as far as like getting bulk stuff and all that as well. But yeah, that's a good tip. Even if you're not into mocks, it's just probably just something really cool to go hang out, and like they have ones online, of course, but most lugs is like in real life, you know what I mean? Like, so you can actually go and see people and talk to them. Veteran Lego Dad says, don't just build to build, learn, explore, enjoy the build process. So this is good. This is, I think, very good advice and something that I've been kind of learning a bit about lately with mock building. Because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I mean, there's nothing wrong, obviously, with buying sets, building sets. It's fun. It can be very therapeutic for people. It's exciting. You know what I mean? It's almost just like, you open up a new toy or a gift, but building sets is almost, I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but it's almost kind of robotic in a way, It's probably why it's the therapeutic part to some people, because it's like building a puzzle per se. But you're just building. But the learn, the explore, not the enjoy, because you can enjoy just building, but the learn and the explore process, that I think kind of goes along with mock building, learning techniques. For instance, you were talking about the program thing earlier, the studio.
Yeah.
Using that studio will help me figure out the pieces I need to build that light cycle. Like the grid and the wall, like I can do that by eyeballing stuff and kind of doing counting and all. But like those bikes are going to be a whole different level. There's a lot of techniques involved in that. So this is good advice. This is a good tip, Veteran Lego Dad. What do you guys think? I mean, you guys kind of have anything that you think about that? Or?
I mean, with that, I guess like just the learning of why and how to even create something, like if you pay attention to the instructions, like, oh, this is how you build that. This is, it can inspire you to do this. The
thing that I will add to that is I don't know, I think Drew has too, but if you ever look at the way a Lego set is built, they tend to build if it's a function that moves up and down, they're going to build it the exact same way in every set. Versus where if you build some of these other people's instructions like Brickmania or Brick Vault or a lot of stuff off Rebrickable, they use pieces in ways that Lego never would. And that's a huge learning curve that I don't think people realize.
And there's different levels of the learning process as well. For instance, when Rich is giving me advice or tips or something like that for mocking, it might be totally different than like when Moto might give me some tips, because they both mock differently. You know what
Moto
I mean?
Buy pieces that I would never put in my
right. And Moto, I mean, and the reason I chose Moto for that example is because, Moto is almost on the polar opposite of almost everybody. You know what I mean? As far as mock building, he takes pieces that we never even thought of trying to use for. And then not only taking those weird ass pieces, but then putting them in extremely crazy techniques that you just. Moto's built stuff before out of pieces with techniques that. Dude, if you know Moto, you've seen his stuff. You're just like, what? Like, it's not even on the same level as a lot of other people. And I'm not even talking about like just because of how cool it is. I'm just talking about the building technique.
Yeah.
So yes, learning and stuff like that is a very important thing. And also the other stuff to enjoy. Because if you're not enjoying whatever you're doing, whether it's building sets or building mocks, what are you doing? Like, this might not be for you.
Definitely not for you.
Bearded Brix says, don't start it and you'll have all the money in the world. I mean, look, he ain't wrong.
Very accurate.
Well, and this is something that Rich was, explaining to me, and I wasn't understanding exactly what he meant. And I mean, in some parts can still be debated, but he was trying to explain to me about the cost of building mocks. And he probably wouldn't have even brought it up if I built like little tiny mocks. But, the first thing I was talking about was like these 4 huge base plates of stuff and then like this big order I made and all that. And he's right.
The thing is what I meant, or what me and Hive was talking about is kind of, I want everyone to think of it like this. All right, if you've got a base plate and you're building a mock on a 32 by 32 base plate, when you get done with that, you can take it apart and rebuild another mock on that 32 by 32 base plate. And you're just constantly learning new ideas to build on that one base plate. Because once you go to 2, your money's doubled. 3, it's tripled. 4, it's quadrupled. So when you do stuff like the stupidity that I have, and the first mock that I did was 30 base plates, I went from 30 to 66. So that's even more.
I know, right? So his tip here is a joking thing.
Yeah,
that,
definitely joking.
But because obviously Rich, he's humorous. But in essence, it is a joke. But in essence, I think it's just to really reiterate that whether you're buying sets or mocks, what I mean, like it's just expensive. So if you want money, don't start collecting Lego.
If you're going to my one thing is if you're going to buy Lego sets, buy Lego sets. If you're going to mock, buy mock. Don't try to necessarily do both on a large scale.
Yeah. And I mean, unless you're just rich and you don't have a job.
Buy
sets, all the time in the world.
Buy sets that benefit your mock.
Right.
Yep.
Agreed.
Or even just start off with getting a Lego set and mocking it, making it better, making it bigger. Mm-hmm. See what you can add to it. Because Lego's already given you instruction on how to build something. You can take that and make it bigger. Like that's currently what I'm doing right now is I'm taking an old set. But I mean, obviously, I've been mocking for a lot longer than new people have.
Well, and
that I'm making something completely different and adding the set in and taking apart the set but keeping the same functionality and design from the set in your mock is the next level to go.
And a lot of builders do that on different scales. Like, I know Rich and I when we were talking about Clone Wars stuff, talking about like taking like, for instance, like an ET or whatever, but building it bigger, you know what I mean? Like, but you've got your base, you just build it bigger. I know like Martin Brick Snaps, his is a little bit a more extreme level, but like he'll look at like a set and then basically just make it bigger, like much bigger, you know what I mean? Just expanding on it. So the S in Lego, I always want to say the Sin Lego, but it's the S in Lego. Try not to compare your collection to others. Build Lego how you can. This can be tough. And the only reason I say it can be tough, and not for everybody, but it can be tough for some people because we see everything that everybody has.
Yep.
And look, and all right, I'll use myself as an example. Sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes you look how you guys have seen my city. I have a stupid big city, man. So for me to think that I don't have an awesome city is like ridiculous compared to so many people's. But then I look at like Jang, Alex Nunes, you know what I mean? I'm like, or even like MSORS and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm like, God, dude, their cities are freaking incredible, and it almost makes me feel like, man, I can't even really compete with that. But like, that's not the right way to think. That's not the right, like, I have something I love, you know what I mean? I don't care what anybody else has, bigger or smaller. It's what I love, and I'm constantly expanding or extracting or whatever, and changing it up. But that is a good thing. Is
no matter what you do in the mock world, you'll never be the best.
Right, and that's what I was heading to next. Is mocking is. I can't go into mock world, like we'll just say with the light cycles, and then start trying to compare my light cycles to everybody else's and be like, theirs is better. You'll lose your mind.
We've defeated the purpose.
It's not bad to acknowledge and get inspired maybe pull some tips or tricks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Unless you have a 50 base plate castle and you get beat at a convention by a mini castle. That's
I think
that is something.
someone just
That is
doesn't
something.
like
That is something I do want to talk about more one day, Rich. Not in a salty kind of way, but just more of a what everybody kind of thinks in a way about that. You know what I mean? Because it's weird because it's like, is it scale? Is it technique? Is it something else that we thought of with the 10 hats? Right.
It's friends in high places.
Yeah. So that'd probably be a good video too. It'd probably get a lot of views, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, but anyway,
I'll throw a bigger conspiracy if I lose this year. If I'm not nominated this year, I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
Dude, we're gonna riot. But yes, don't compare. Don't do that. I mean, again, it's fine to acknowledge stuff, pull from stuff, inspire from stuff, but if you start comparing, and it's not even just mocks, like I said, sets, collections, hauls, whatever, man. None of us are going to be on the same level as somebody else. That's just how it is. You know, it's just how the world.
Like Rich will never be at the level that I am at.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, it's just,
well, you know, we all aspire to be, you know, at your epicness, Drew.
You know, it's okay. Everyone tries, but I keep telling them, don't get their hopes up.
I've seen Drew build a 5,000 piece set with one hand while eating a hot dog, and he never even opened the instruction book.
It's not that hard when you really
never
try.
Even opened the instruction book.
Yeah, he never even opened the instruction book.
Law Enforcement Lego says you use the separator for the stickers. Now, I have seen a lot of people do this.
Yes, that's what you have to do.
I don't.
I guarantee you, your stickers will come out straighter.
Probably.
The thing is, there's a key to it. You have to put them on the very corner of the opposite side you're trying to put them on. So if you're trying to put, like, here's a sticker, for example. If you're trying to put this sticker on a brick, you put it on the corner and have it all hanging off. That way you can lay it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like, I see what you were doing. Let me go back.
Oh, that's right. You couldn't see.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll
charge you to show you that later.
Okay.
Or if you want to be a part of the replay gang, you can learn.
Yeah, I'll go back and replay.
Hashtag replay gang.
Now, when I've seen people doing this and stuff, it made sense to me because I wasn't heavy into it, but I did build models for a little while. And yeah, I mean, generally you put the model on the end of your.
Oh, dude, I hate decals. God almighty.
But yeah, I can't stand them because I watch all the cloners do it and stuff with all those clones, and I'm like,
you get like
you gotta have steady hands. I'm like,
you got the decal laying on there perfect, and you use a Q-tip to like get all the excess water up, and then the decal shifts a little bit and it's dry, and you're just like, you go to like peel it off and it flakes.
And I just saw somebody use the brick separator the other day. I don't know, maybe it was Veteran Lego Dad. I don't know. I thought it might have been Lego Creator actually, but maybe I was wrong. But yeah, good tip. 84 Builder says bricks I'll use the most are separated by parts, tiles, 1x1s, etc. Rest by color. So this is something eventually I want to have a topic on as well with sorting, because a lot of people have some different methods to sorting. And when I started sorting a long time ago, I went by color at first. And then I figured I didn't like doing that. I thought it was better to go by pieces. So I started with basically into 4 categories. I'd go tiles, bricks, or plates, and then just random pieces, you know what I mean? And then I kept separating them further and further out from there. And then I never got too much further than that, but I figured once I got them all into the separated pieces, then I'd start trying to get them into colors. But I don't know. Do you guys have any kind of quick tips on?
I think it all depends on quantity of what you have.
That's a good reason.
Because my stuff, a lot of people use Acro Mills drawers, but Acro Mills drawers don't work for me because I don't have 40 of a piece. I have 400 of it. But all of my stuff is separated by color and then by piece. So I have totes, and a tote might have all my tan plates in it. And in that tote, all the 1x1s are separated from the 1x2s that are from the 1x3s. And it helps out for me better that way. Because also, not only when you're building something on the scale I'm very rarely going to go grab one.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I would imagine also, and I'm sorry, everybody, I can't see the comments, but we'll check on them in a little bit. I also imagine it would depend on what kind of storage you have and how much storage you have. Because it seems like a lot of people that have like major sorting, whether they're mock building or they have a Bricklink storage, they have like a lot of the smaller containers, but just tons of them. You know what I mean? Like all over the walls and stuff.
Well, so I know this from Gene and Tori, for instance, with Camel City.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they do is if they have a say like they have a drawer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this drawer has 1x1s in it that are black, and they have more that'll fit in this drawer. They have on their computer system or on the box or whatever, it'll say overflow in and be in another area where that helps them out a lot. One of the things that it wouldn't help me with is I would just not have the original box. Like I would have them all together.
Right.
But they're, as a Bricklink store, it makes more sense for them because nobody's ordering, somebody might need 5 and not 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's so many little variables to that, man. That could definitely change a lot.
Lucky Juster said that I wish I had the room to separate that. I only have a wall and a partial bedroom to use to build, so sort and store my mocks. Like Drew's got a good setup behind him, but like the thing with Drew's is where it works for him that it wouldn't work for me is just the pure quantity of it.
Yeah,
right.
Like half of my stuff is still unsorted, like in this big, huge. I know no one can even see it until I move the camera, but it's still all unsorted. That. Like, I probably have close to as many bricks as Rich does. Just half of it is still in California. That what I found out what works for me is I get the dollar shoe boxes that anything massive or ton of like all of these bricks in here, all of these bricks in here aren't going to fit in there. So I sort everything out by color. If I order something that's a multiple of one piece, I keep them in a bag if I have tons of them or in a bigger box. That way, like they're like my go-to pieces that I know I'm going to use them for mocks because I need them. So anything small or anything that can fit there or anything that is mass quantity, I keep in a certain distinct area, but I sort it all out.
Everything that I have sorted is like, so each color has 12 shoe boxes. The dollar shoe boxes Drew's talking about, each color has 12 shoe boxes. One's for plates, one's for tiles, one's for bricks, one's for arches, one's for like slopes, one's for inverted slopes, one's for curved slopes. And then like some colors have like panels. Some colors have, like for instance, light bluish gray. I have 2 whole shoe boxes dedicated to just masonry bricks for light bluish gray.
But see, here's where it comes in. You need to do it with how your brain works. Like my brain wouldn't like it could work the way that Rich works, but I prefer to have all my plates all together because plates are just plates to me, and I can just search for them.
And hopefully, you have a brain
like,
that works. Everybody,
you mean you keep all your colors together?
Yeah, all my color, like right here, like. This is
by the way, hello to
little portion of it. Like I keep them all together, especially like big, massive plates, like. Those are easy to distinguish and find very quickly.
Yeah,
I'll stack them together, like and fan them out so that they don't.
See, I don't do that.
So yes, hello to London Bridge Bricks. He says assembling a Lego City Lagundon. Yeah, man, I've been waiting to see some Lagundon. Will lead me to Mox, and I'm looking forward to that adventure. I am as well, my friend. I cannot wait to see.
Steve Weiser said that he first sorts by pieces, then color as a particular piece count rises.
Yep.
And Nick and Brick said, question, how many of you have to rent storage for Lego?
None.
I don't.
I don't. But I'm in a different category than a lot of people, man. I just have a lot of room. So
that's like we all have our own rooms.
I have a basement.
Like, yeah.
Well,
which is a room.
A lot of us. So look, some of us have our own homes. You know what I mean? We whether we own them or rent them or whatever the case may be, but we don't live with another person. I mean, we might be married or something, but we don't live with another person. Not that I'm saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying for people that have their own homes and stuff, like you clearly have more room. Whereas if you're still living at home or something like that, or if you've got roommates or something, you know, like clearly you're going to be limited on what you can, you know, your space. But I will say, man, for those that are limited on space, I always enjoy seeing like what you guys do, because I am fascinated with the way a lot of you utilize your space, whether it's for sorting or a city or whatever, man.
At what point do y'all say, all right, I'm buying fishing line and hanging this from the ceiling?
Right. But yeah, I think unless you got money, you can't really go get storage, man, for your, I mean, dude, think about, we all know, I know some of us like myself complain more than others, but we all know how, you know, expensive Lego can be. Okay. But that's just Lego. Then there's storage, you know what I mean? Space, display, like all this, you know, all this stuff, man, that can go along with it that costs money just to keep up with it. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at those comments real quick. All right, so yeah, good tip. Law Enforcement Lego says, I saw a plastic bin that organizes them by size like a sifter. I have seen something similar to that. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, but I don't think that's, I don't know, that's not worth it to me.
No. I don't think it is either. I mean, maybe in a way to at least maybe narrow some of the sorting down, but you're still going to have to like sort.
Yep.
All it does is just kind of, and I get it. It's almost like a better than nothing kind of thing.
Yep.
Because yes, it would help you get it to at least to a point, but it's not gonna like separate all the pieces.
It's not gonna fix your problem.
But I can't remember if this was real or a spoof, but I remember seeing something that was a vacuum cleaner kind of thing.
Like, oh yeah, I think that was fake.
Oh damn! Because I was like, now that would be kind of useful because of my neuropathy, picking Lego up off the floor.
See, I think that's worse though, because you're like sucking up Lego, and as you pull it into the vacuum, it's bouncing off of everything in there, so it's just like constantly getting beat.
Jesus, beat your Lego to death.
Yeah.
Well, that is very true. But for me though, it would. I mean, clearly you don't want to suck up a $200 minifigure or something.
Will says that I think we should only display sets for a year and then break them down into the collection. I keep my instructions so I can always rebuild. That is what I do, but I actually keep my sets together. I pull apart every set, inventory it, and put them in a baggie with a part number or a set number.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you just did that, or you were just.
I did almost 54 sets in total.
Yeah, because you were doing like a lot, like at once, kind of.
I have my shelving unit. Like what you see, like the next two over are almost completely empty.
Camel
yeah, the sifter does not work at all, or it doesn't work well.
I really find that comment that Will made interesting, and I'm curious how many, because I know some people definitely do that. Like Rich was just saying, he does. I know Open Build Repeat, he does it. You know, there's definitely a few people out in their community that do this, and I think it's something that a lot of us should really think about. I don't think a lot of us do think about it because we're just so caught up in the moment, you know, with Lego life and just moving to the next wave. But
Nick and Brick says, but even if you have the room now, how long before you don't have room as your collection grows?
Right, and that kind of ties back.
I was going to say, I think that is answered by what Will says.
Yeah. Because, but even think of it like this, okay? Even like what Rich is doing, you know, or let's say what Will is doing or whatever. Like you're breaking them down, you put them away so maybe you can make space for something else or whatever the case may be. But even breaking them down in bins and stuff, like even then, with the way a lot of us collect and build, and like, you know, even that, you start kind of getting short on space. Because I've gotten to the point where I'm selling a lot of stuff. Like I've been selling Speed Champions, I'm selling minifigs, you know, just
the thing that I go against Will is I would never keep a set for a year and then just break it apart and put it into your collection of just pieces, because a lot of sets that people, I mean, I have tons of sets that I hold dear that are broken apart that I don't think I'd ever get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
But there is certain stuff that I don't really care about that I know I have. And let's say, for instance, a set comes out 3 or 4 years ago. You bought it, you've already taken it apart, and you threw it all into your collection, and then you find out that set is worth $1,000. Now you're going back through all of your stuff to try to find every single piece to that. Whereas I can just literally walk to. I've got totes that are set up, and I've got totes for Star Wars. I could walk to that Star Wars and then pull open and then look on the baggie to see what set number it is and pull it out, and there I have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's also stuff I've never taken apart anything that I have built that is like I've never taken apart a Brickmania set, and I've never taken apart anything that is instructions that I've bought. So if it's from Lego, I've taken it apart, but if it's from somebody else's design, I have never taken it apart.
Yeah, because custom stuff can get a little tricky with that. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah. It's definitely organization is a big thing. That's definitely a big thing. Emmett's toy chest. Leave your bricks in several random areas around your house, including Ziploc bags, random boxes, IKEA kids plates, etc. Also, make sure there is a little bit in every room of your house. The best practice will help maximize your anxiety and give you a truly stressful building environment to ensure that you never build mocks. I don't quite understand this. I don't know if my brain is just too dumb to quite.
I think he's just saying hide all your Lego so you could never find it.
I don't. It even goes hashtag pro tip. Like that's even a pro tip. Emmett's Toy Chest though. I'll give them a big shout out though. They're a great place to go buy stuff. And with the conversion rate, it's usually a little cheaper for us in America. Because they're based out of Canada. So yeah, you can kind of get a little more for your buck. I don't quite understand. I'm sure it's kind of a joke. I just, again, maybe my little tiny brain just can't quite pull that huge tip together. All right, so the next thing is a tip from the Brick Babe.
So we can skip it.
Yeah, skip it. She's not here. Yeah.
Let me make sure. Okay, the volume.
Everybody that's in the chat now, remember to message Brick Babe and tell her that y'all are really sorry that she's not on Good Morning Brick World anymore.
Oh my goodness!
If I don't get a text from her by the end of the day, all of y'all failed. There will be no giveaway this month.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. All right, let's see what her tip is.
Hey guys.
Whoa. Did it play? What happened? It looks like the file was moved or renamed. What? Okay.
You broke it.
I guess. I don't know, man. See, this is the problem with Apple stuff, man. Because she's an iPhone. And
how she's doing it though, because I have no problems.
Yeah, I don't know. Because basically she sends me everything, and I just
Brick Babe's tip should be live somewhere that has good internet service.
Well, I watched it before we had the show and everything, so it worked when I watched it. I don't know why it won't work now, unless it's connected to something that she has, and maybe with her Wi-Fi or something. I don't know, because the rest of them were just pictures that I downloaded. But I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe next week we can show it. The tip that I had was I was going to just kind of say the water technique that I used before, So, and I can't claim this. I took the depth part from Brick Vault. I saw when they did a video about like their city and all that, and on their beach, that's where I saw like you basically take black would obviously be the darkest, then you go into like a dark gray, a light gray, then a white, and it just kind of creates that, that depth perception. And then with the water itself, there was a pattern where it's like 1x2 tile, 1x2 tile, you know what I mean? And I got that from Bricks for Chris, because when I first started doing the water on a live stream one night, he was on there, and I just kind of did it like a normal type of water technique, and he told me about that, and it creates a really great almost ripple effect, especially if you're moving and there's like a light and it kind of goes across it. But those are the best techniques I've seen with water. I like what Rich has done also, like around the castle, because you can kind of see some of the depth perception in that.
I done similar to what you done, but I built it all like so. The bottom is white plates, and then for the darker spots, I've used the dark translucent blue and kind of layered that in, and then I've used dark tan for sand, and then normal tan for dry sand.
Right.
So it's like and then as you get to the shore, I've used a lot of clear tiles and white tiles to show that like clear water and the foam that comes up with water.
Yeah, the foam is a interesting technique as well, because I remember for the waterfall, I was trying to figure out what to do, because I've seen a lot of waterfalls. I studied a lot of different mock builders with waterfalls, and ultimately I thought a lot of them looked good, but I like all mock builders, I did what I thought was best for what I wanted, and I was really happy with it. I just basically, for the froth or whatever, the foam that you're talking about, I just took all the 1x1 clear studs, like the circle ones, and just kind of just threw them in there.
That's cheating.
You know what? And I thought about that, because I've almost thought that when people do that with water, right? Like instead of just putting like tiles down, they just dump it all in there. But I didn't. I need and look, and this could be an excuse, because maybe there is a technique I could use to do it, but I didn't want to stack them. It didn't look chaotic enough for me. But I'm sure if I really would have put my mind to it, you know what I mean? I'm sure I could have like thought of something to make them go different ways, different directions and stuff like that. So, because yeah, it's like an illegal technique, right?
I mean, I don't care if anything.
No, I know that. I don't even
know what that really means. But I think that it is like, I don't like whenever somebody builds like a 4,000 piece castle, for instance, and has it really nice and it's sitting on rocks, and then you just see them dump plates everywhere like that.
It's like just dumping them all out. But yeah, so that was my tip. Rich, he's throwing a few tips out through the show. Drew, do you got anything you want to? I mean,
mine's more like sorting wise of like what to buy. Okay, so Acro Mills is crazy expensive for just no reason, just because it's name brand. Yeah. These, let's see here. So these are all craftsman tools.
Yeah.
These ones
I look at them all the time when I'm at Lowe's and stuff. Yeah.
Right? On Amazon, they're $16 or less, especially when they have a sale.
Oh, really? That's not bad.
Like with the multi-drawers are all 24 or to 32 sometimes, depending on where you get it from. But when you stack 3 of the short ones and 1 short one and 1 tall one, they all line up. So if you want that symmetric all the way down, that's really nice. But if you want to, and they all clip in extremely nice. So like they're all there, know. Or if you want to go smaller route and have a mix, you can get these from Walmart in like the arts and craft and like knitting area for $16 or less. So this one comes like with both small and big. So honestly, but they don't lock together. So my preference has always been the craftsman ones, because they actually lock. Ace makes a good one. Let's see if I can pull it over here.
I would say most of my Acro Mills light drawers are all knockoffs.
Yeah. I have like a bunch of Acro Mills in California, like over 9, I think. But they don't stick together. They don't lock in place. You have to hang them onto the wall for them to actually work. This is from Ace. I don't really care for it because it has like this slope on either side, so you can't really stack anything together.
Yeah.
The next one is if you really want something, you can get for $30, you can get 6 of these or less, or less than $30. They're very small, but starting out, like, because I had nothing over here, I was just trying to find how can I easily sort my pieces without spending a whole bunch of money. For $30 or less, you can get 6 of these. They're kind of short, but they helped sort out my collection.
But those would be great for like a lot of random type pieces.
Exactly. So
I got a question though. Can a lot of these, can they hang on walls?
Yeah, they all have like these
Wow.
back
See,
hooks.
because that's what I need. Because I
Yeah.
need to hang them on walls, man.
Every-
So
Everything
I'll
hangs
tell
on the
you,
wall.
Hive, for someone like me and you that have a little more space than Drew,
Yeah.
once you start getting into like pieces, I know that you might know it from the maintenance world, but the product Uline,
Yeah.
they have a shelving system you can buy, and the shelving system is pretty cheap. And then you buy the buckets according to size for what you need, and they
Mhm.
just kind of sit on there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
Those
I've talked about doing that before and just eliminate like this whole wall where all my pieces are sorted, just running it down the whole entire wall and doing that.
That's
Yeah, you can
basically what
customize a lot of that
Coconut
stuff.
and David Hall does.
Yeah, because especially like Rich, Coconut, like when you guys start getting on that huge scale, man, you guys gotta like figure something out because you can't look because I need to really sort my stuff because you can't be a mock builder and just go through boxes trying to find people. You just never gonna get nowhere like that, man.
You're just gonna get through headaches.
Yeah.
Camel City said pre-COVID acro mills were only $17 to $21 each, and during COVID they got up to $86 each. Now they're in the $45 range.
Yep.
I will say, because in the maintenance world, COVID really jacked up prices of not only jacked up prices of like stuff we use, products and materials and all that, but like then started making it difficult to get even pieces for those parts and stuff. But anyways, by the way, I saw Sidious out there. So what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hip hop can't be dead if Wu-Tang is forever.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time. So it's been a great show. I've really enjoyed this one. I really, really appreciate all the stuff that you guys sent into us, all the tips. It was just really great. I love picking all your guys' brains, man, on how you guys like to do stuff and what you guys think is really good and what works and what doesn't work. And I mean, it's one thing for like us on the panel to give each other ideas and, you know, advice and tips and stuff like that. But like to have all of you guys, contribute in as well. Anyways, we'll start down with Rich. Bearded Brix. What you want to shout out, sir?
I got a clone, the second clone video that I'm doing. It will be out sometime today, tomorrow, sometime around that area. Depends on how long the actual editing takes. This Wednesday, we have a pretty big guest on our stream.
Rock on.
Is it a surprise guest? Huh?
Is it a surprise guest?
I don't know if it's. I mean, I just haven't announced it yet. It's not really a surprise. I mean,
well, no, I mean,
I just normally wait till the thumbnail to release who.
Oh, right. No, that makes
I mean, I could go ahead and say it's going to be Dan from Brickmania.
Oh, nice.
Dan from Brickmania will be on.
Nice. Well, you guys, definitely keep an eye out for that. And you're still chugging away on them shorts too, right?
Yeah, I'm on today will be number 26, and I will tell you that it is getting a little more difficult to figure out, like, because I had a bunch that were saved up, but now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, what do I do?
Dude,
and you can only show the castle so many times in a row, right?
The sad thing is, it's like every time I show the castle, different people comment on it. Like each video of the castle has gotten like 2,500 views, and every single comment is like different from the last.
Well, then just do reply to comment like how Emmasaurus does. Do I have dog poop in my castle? I'm not making fun of her. I think it's a great idea, but you should do that.
It's okay, man. You can make fun of people, man. It's all right.
No, I like Emma. She's
lighthearted
cool.
fun.
I don't have anything against
her, man. Dude, out of my recognized fan media hate kind of stream the other night, man. Em was like one of the ones I gave like props to in a way. Because she really does kind of emphasize the ambassador thing, not just reviewing sets. Like she kind of goes the whole 9 yards with stuff. Anyways.
I sat down and built. Everyone knows like the first set that I built this year was the Skytrain, and I really wanted to crack that AT open the other day. And I was like, dude, that can be enough video content for a little while. But then like I remembered that I had bought all these pieces to build these Brickmania things. So I built one. I had like there's two like armored or gun trucks, and then there's an ambulance truck. And I was like, I built one of each. And I'm like, well, how can I do a video with these? And I videoed myself building a little bit of it to show like a kind of like I did with the Skytrain, but I don't think I like that enough. I think that I need to stand out a little more. So I thought about doing a video like a stop motion where somebody falls off a horse and gets hurt in the castle, and the tank comes
Nice.
I love it's a Red Cross tank, man, too. It's like,
But I don't have medics, so
Oh.
what do I do? Have some?
I mean, I guess that wouldn't make sense to use like city hospital.
Well, see, I didn't even think about like the city hospital. I don't think I have any. Oh, I heard that snap.
I know, I heard it too,
that was
dude.
some Brittle Brown.
Yeah. But yeah, real quick though, a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't either, man, until I got into this YouTube stuff, is like trying to come up with content, man. It's one thing if you're working on something, you know what I mean? But it's very true. Drew, what do you want to shout out, man, besides your broken Lego?
I'm gonna step on that later, probably, or Leanne will. What is it? Well, currently, if I tilt this down, I'm working, which won't tilt down because this is actually a nice tripod now.
The camera's just like.
Actually, I can pick this up because it's sturdy and small enough. Working on a new mock for this build set. Kind of more open dollhouse because I don't really want to work that hard on it, but it will be hard work done. And let's see, Minecraft series, this build series, well, not build series, but I'm just taking a set and making it better because I think it's a cool set and I think it should be a mock.
Remember, if you take a set and make it better, it's modding, not mocking.
Yes, modifying.
Roll it real tight.
Mocking is mine. Anyways,
roll it real tight. And Rich's show, Good Morning Brick World. I mean, I might do a live stream in the future. I'm trying to get membership stuff going, especially because I got that level on Instagram, but I have to wait till they approve me, even though I've met all the criteria. So I'm gonna make it cheap, but it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff that, like, because I don't post a lot per se. Yeah. And I would like to do this on YouTube as well. That if I get membership level, I'd like to make 2 big like main videos a month, and then whatever I'm doing throughout the week or throughout the day, like you'll get to see that and get to see my day to day, and that's what you get to pay extra for.
There you go.
And so, but yeah.
How many hot dogs are you eating on this?
15.
God dang, dude. I was just thinking the other day, man, I want some chili dogs. I haven't had chili dogs in a long time, man.
Man, I wanted a hot dog so bad the other day, and there's like a really good like hole in the wall place around here, and I don't like leaving work. Like, I hate leaving work, so I kept trying to like convince everybody else. I was like, yeah, I'll buy yours if you just go.
Yeah, man, I'll buy if you fly.
Yeah, nobody would go.
Dude, I was always about the flying part. I was like, you buy me lunch, I'll go get it. Anyways, Cheap Ass Bricks, what's going on? Says Hive says Twilight House is the best sets of 2024. Not gonna happen.
I did say he was gonna buy 2 of those and put like a major one in his city.
As far as content that I got going on, I am currently working on this stop motion race, but it's a big one. It's definitely a big one. So it'll hopefully be out soon, but it's a lot of work. I was gonna make a weekend review, but it's probably gonna wait till next week. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, I might do a surprise live stream. I know I got to do another Whatnot stream pretty soon. But yeah, crazy stuff going on.
Heck yeah.
All right. Oh, dude, what's up? How you doing, man? Okay. Well, it's been a great show. Like I said, you know, it's been really awesome hearing all your guys' tips and tricks and advice on stuff. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the outro where we highlight members' names along with some background, sometimes videos, sometimes pictures, sometimes funny stuff that I put back there. So
just broke another one.
We appreciate all of you, and yeah, don't forget to check out everybody's stuff, and we'll see you next week.
Hit that like button.
Hit the like button,
or I will take all of your Lego Insider points.